Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Digital Ramble Show. I'm JJ Cannon. How are you doing, my good friend, Chris Gamble?
Hey, JJ. Welcome, everyone, to episode 21 of the Digital Ramble.
Oh, yeah, man. We got a great show coming on today. We're talking about smart spaces for kid places.
That's right. We're continuing the series of the smart home being a collection of individual smart spaces. Spaces you can tackle one room or one area at a time, get that right, and then start moving through the home, making each space smarter.
Absolutely. And today, at the end of the show, so you definitely want to listen all the way through, we have an epic gamble ramble about tech pro schmoes. It's going to be a good one, man.
Yeah, that's been brewing for a few weeks, so we'll let rip on that one.
Oh, man, I come across tech pro schmoes all the time, and I think everybody in our industry knows exactly what we're talking about. Hey, I want to say thank you for everybody tuning in. I'm JJ Cannon, CEO of Digital Delight. If you want to find more about me and what I'm all about and my people's, digitaldelight.com. We're all over the place. How about you, Gamble?
Yeah, and my name's Chris Gamble. I'm based over in the UK. If you want to learn more about my business, it's customized.uk.com or check us out on Instagram at customized1.
Absolutely. And we want to give a special shout out to all of our Patreons that have been supporting the show over the past year, man. I mean, goodness gracious, time has just flown by with us talking about smart technology and the shift in our industry and, you know, the experiences that smart home professionals can create for homeowners out there. So thanks, Patreons.
Yeah, much appreciated. JJ, let's get into episode 21.
All right, Gamble. You know, so we do a lot of different spaces, and smart devices have really allowed us to gravitate, to expand into other rooms of the house. And today we're talking about smart spaces for kid places. And you know, there's a lot of easy go-to technology, you know, for kids spaces. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and some other things that might not necessarily be top of mind.
Yeah, and JJ and myself have both got first-hand experience of having to manage children's tech demands in a busy family home. We've both got kids of our own, and we know how they are so tech savvy, so tech demanding, quite tech dependent when they need to be. But we're also mindful of technology being such an asset to them as they're growing up and how useful it is for their acceleration of their education and the way they're communicating and the culture trends today. So we're respectful of the technology needed, but we also know as parents how to keep a lid on that technology if we ever had to.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we should talk about the foundation of technology. And it's something that we hit on almost every episode, Gamble. And that's connectivity to the network. And when we say network, that means information, access to content.
Yeah, it just goes without saying that all the technology that is available in these kids' spaces does need a robust, reliable, secure, and managed Wi-Fi and wired network for the whole building. And when you're dealing with younger people and their internet connection, there's an extra level of responsibility for us as the home tech professional and as a parent that we want to make sure that content that they're accessing is appropriate for their age. We want to make sure that it's accessible at the times that are suitable for them. And we also want to be able to, as a parent and as a tech pro, be in control of that connection so that if there was a need to remove or give access to an internet connection, we should be making that very, very simple for the homeowner.
Yeah, absolutely. And for us, we're using products for wireless mesh solutions like Eero. And in the Eero Wi-Fi platform, it allows us to create profiles of individual items that are on that network so that we can manage time schedules. That's an easy one to be able to do for your kids, and you can manage that access to the network. And let's say at 9 o'clock you want to go ahead and pause those selective items. It's automatic once you set up the schedule, and clients really with children really like that feature. So if you want to pause a wireless device, whether it be a cell phone or a tablet or even a gaming system, or you can do that with ease.
Yeah, but where we're seeing a little bit of challenge to that is the kids having access to cellular data, so they're able to use 3G, 4G, and soon to be 5G connection on their personal device. And we've identified a product that's really helping us get to providing management for the parent, whether that child is on Wi-Fi in the home, or they're on Wi-Fi in another home, or they're on 4G, 3G, or soon to be 5G connections. And the product that we're using to help parents be more in control of their kids' screen time and suitable content that they're viewing and accessing, we use a product called Disney Circle, or Circle by Disney. And that is for many people, it's probably a new product, yet it's from one of the world's biggest brands. It's a early Kickstarter project that Disney got involved with. And this is a device that sits on your home network. Like JJ mentioned, you create profiles per child, and that limitations or restrictions go beyond just your home network. They carry out on that device, whether they're in a friend's Wi-Fi, a restaurant, coffee shop, or on a cellular connection.
Yeah, it's actually a really easy platform to use. It's a little box that you purchase. They have a subscription base, and it allows you to set up profiles. All these products that we're going to be talking about, the links, if you want to learn a little bit more, are going to be down in our description. And definitely the Disney Circle is one device that allows you to set limits, to give access to different sites and different types of content, and they make it very easy for parents, or even if you need assistance for a smart home tech to help you maneuver through that.
One of the neat features of that product, just on the tech side of it, is it's actually a battery-powered product if required. So, mischievous child removes the power lead to it, or even removes the Ethernet cable to it, it can go back onto Wi-Fi, and it also can run on a battery for a limited period as well. So super stealthy parent tech there.
That's awesome. Now, there is another software that you like using there at your house that I was not familiar with, but you said it's really helpful for educational purposes with your son, and it's called Osmo. And it gives you different type of tutorials and education pieces that help support your kids' education.
Yeah, so moving into tech that's a real resource and asset for our kids' education is Osmo is a platform of different games that are for iOS devices, so iPad and iPhone, and it comes with some really nicely laid out apps for games and quizzes, and the visuals and the graphics are very, very good. It comes with some accessories like you end up with like this little camera that attaches to the top of your iPad, and it with the stand that comes with it, it kind of maps out onto your tabletop, and you can start to position shapes and letters and pictures, and it's, I'd say we used it primarily when my son was kind of preschool or early school years, and it really improved his spelling, really improved his basic kind of maths, and there was some fun games as well. And it's something that we'll continue to use, and when new games and new add-ons come onto that app, it's just a fantastic user experience, very very friendly for all the family to use, very easy to use as well. You don't need to be techie parents to work this kind of software.
Yeah, and what I also like, and that I think is very important personally for education, is it looks like you can use this as a collaboration. And I don't know if this means collaboration with other students necessarily. Actually, it does say bring students closer together naturally. I'm big on collaborating for our children. I think in my daily going on as a business owner, I'm reaching out to other people that have information on a regular basis, and I think that's important for uh, your children to learn is how do you work with others to solve a problem. And it looks like Osmo here, gives that type of platform as well. And it's good for, it says K through 6th grade, so I'm going to look a little bit deeper into that for my daughter who's getting ready to transition into the 5th grade. Hopefully she doesn't like the 4th grade all that much and is ready to advance. Different story.
It is a nice piece of software, well designed, and we came across it in the Apple Store, and it's been something that we've added games to it, just downloaded new apps and new games for that platform. So really easy to access it. We haven't been tied into any subscriptions with it, so that's been refreshing as well. But I think that is also available.
One thing that we've started to incorporate in our kids' room for educational and parental assistance is some type of voice assistant tool like Madam A or a Google Hub, for me, whenever my daughters ask me a question that's a little bit too challenging for me, I'll just shout it out and look like a genius. But I really like the idea of voice assistant for educational purposes. And I again, it's a source for accessing information, as well as on the family laptop accessing Google for. I mean, it's amazing the projects that my kids are able to turn out because they're able to see other ideas that they can use to build their own ideas. It's kind of like a jump start. Sometimes you need that creative spark, and we're using voice as well as internet assistance to improve their ability to put out some good content and projects for what they're trying to research.
Yeah, I remember back when I was at school many years ago, it was the techiest it got really was like a calculator, and then a scientific calculator was kind of more buttons, more solutions.
Jeez, man, you were lucky. We had protractors and.
I thought you were going to say an abacus.
And I was getting there. In an abacus.
But I see my son and the facilities his school have and access to technology that he has when he's outside of home. But because he's using the tech in the classroom now, it's part of their everyday learning, and it's part of the tools they're using for their classroom activities. We make sure that we provide that in the home, because it's the way that they're teaching in the classroom. So, you could have a bit of a throwback to the past and get them writing things down, and you can get them, working things out. But the way they're teaching them in the classroom now is embracing technology. So I think you have to provide those features as well at home. And the voice assistant is a good one in that it is quite a low price point really to get a voice assistant in your home. These Google Minis and Amazon Echo Dots, often see them priced under £30, $30. Often see them free with other purchases you can make. In fact, I just picked up a free Google Home Mini with a Spotify family subscription, and we've just added it to our home, and we have another Google Assistant, which is becoming the preferred assistant now for us. And what we're liking about Google is it just has a little bit more knowledge, just got access to a little bit more content with Google running everything in the background.
That's cool. Now, with these voice assistants and in these kid spaces, there's different devices now that we can provide, or you can provide your kiddo, that allows them to kind of self manage their space, like lights. I mean, everybody, dads, I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, who left the lights on? Well, now there's a fix for that, and it's relatively affordable and cool and easy to use. And I like the Philips Hue light bulbs, the light strips, the little panels that you can place in different areas, set them up to schedules, do all kinds of cool stuff with it.
Let me tell you what we've been doing in a couple of projects recently, and it's something that we're seeing as a bit of a trend this year. It's something we've introduced. So, okay, in the house, they're getting a lighting system, typically Lutron, Ratu Select throughout the house. And that's great for mum and dad. They're getting some nice, easy to use keypads. They can dim the lights. They can do the all off, the good night function, all these kind of cool things. But what we found is that as much as it's exciting for the adults, it's a little bit boring for the kids. So what? They're getting a different light switch, but it's the same light and it's, dims up and down. Wow, there's nothing amazing there. So what we've decided to do is introduce each child gets their own Philips Hue system. So they get their own hub. We choose the bulbs which are suitable for the fixtures in the room, or in some cases we fitted additional lighting like the LED strips, fitted it under cabinets, under the bed, around the back of the television, and created for each child their own individual little lighting system with color changing, voice control. And it's not a budget breaker in any way. Typically, a kid's bedroom with a dressing area possibly, or even if it's an ensuite, if it's a larger home and an older child, it might cost fully installed around about the £500 or £600 for all the lights and fitted. But they have their own interface. They have their own lighting, their own preferences, and mum and dad have their own tech.
Yeah, absolutely. Gamble, whenever I was taking a look for different tech that's really popular with kids, I came across this blog, techlicious.com, and they got some tips. Again, it's down in our description if you want to take a peek at this. And, giving that kiddo that independence. I know when I was a young man, I was always trying to be really creative, and I enjoyed technology, but I never had access to something like this. And Mike's going to pull it back up here for us. But like, set an awake alarm. You can collaborate with if-then statements, in the sense like, if the weather's like this outside, then make my lights this color in my bedroom. So all kinds of cool things. Sync with your music. I mean, I know kids would like. These are like maybe say a holiday gift, also perfect for the holidays to put some of these in for your kiddos. But yeah, man, motion sensors. So let's say you have a kiddo that needs to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, like a lot of us, or they think they hear something, and this motion sensor will, if there's something there, then the lights will gently illuminate to whatever color he or she so desires. Pretty cool tech. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, just be advised though, if you give your kids smart home tech like lighting in their bedrooms, they may act a little strange at friends and families' homes, because they'll be expecting to just like ask a voice assistant for light, or they'll be looking for a push button to open the blinds when you might not have motorized blinds. So just take it easy on them if you've got a tech savvy kid with a smart bedroom.
Yeah, no doubt. The other thing that I find really cool is like smart fans. When I was a kid, I always had a fan either in the ceiling or at the foot of my bed or somewhere in the bedroom, and being able, and there's a lot of cool stuff out there like that Dyson, that Dyson fan, just it's designed in a really cool way. It's safe, so nobody gets their fingers. I remember when I was a kid, I used to find a little piece of paper and stick it in the fan blade, or stand behind it and with some baby powder and blow it through the fan. That was always a fun one. Did you ever do that, Gamble?
No, I was well behaved.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thanks, man. No, I did all that kind of cool stuff. You should have seen what I did at camp, man. Goodness, that was horrible. Yeah, and I haven't tried the baby powder through the Dyson fan yet, but I bet you, I bet you I could set up a timer with a motion sensor or something. Really good. Put together some cool pranks. Kids, do not take any of this advice.
Yeah, just don't listen to JJ. He's a bad influence.
No, man, I had some good times with fans and baby powder in the past, and man, I could really do some damage with a smart fan. I tell you that. Dyson's got a really cool one. I'll go ahead and pull that guy up. I'm sure everybody's seen this guy before. And hold on, it's loading right now.
How smart is it? Is it smart that it works with voice, or how smart?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All the features, is you can't stick your finger in there. It's got a remote. I believe that it has voice assistance with some if-then statements. And if that's the case, then you could also sync it up with some type of a motion sensor to when somebody enters the room, it automatically turns on, and whenever it senses that there's nobody in the room, it automatically turns off.
Yeah, Dyson are really just an iconic design brand, and even last week I saw some of their new lighting fixtures they're making for commercial spaces. These really cool directional ceiling lights, which is unlikely to make it into the home, but they also make this ultra cool desk light. So go check out Dyson, just an iconic British design brand.
Yeah, we also have kids spaces that might be out in the garage, and down here in Texas, those garages get pretty stinking warm if they're not insulated correctly. But the kids like hanging out there and being creative, maybe with their paint or in the wood shop, chopping some wood or doing some whittling or something like that. I don't know if y'all do whittling over there or not, but yeah, we do some whittling over here. But I was thinking like that Frigidaire, it's like a window unit, a smart window unit, and we can get it to automate. And again, it's being more efficient with the energy that you're using. And the Frigidaire window unit is a smart one. And again, set it up on a motion sensor, set it up on a schedule, manage it remotely to verify if nobody's in there. Then go ahead and turn that bad boy off and save some money. You don't have to be home.
Yeah, no, and that's that is a big part of home technology. We also speak about that as well. That there's some investment and there's products with high ticket items, but a lot of these products are saving energy. They're bringing, if there's nobody home, things aren't happening. When you enter the space, things turn on, and when you're not there, things are off. So there's money saving with a smart home. That's a underplayed benefit of a smart home is the energy saving. It's what we did today, an installation where we did a lot of upgrades to LED lighting, added motion sensors, added some schedules and timers, and also added some smart thermostats. And I think there's a significant saving for that homeowner today.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about savings, sometimes people just don't feel comfortable doing it on their own. And, the digital Ramble is very professional and wanting to make sure that our audience is aware that there is a large community of smart home professional installers that are available. If you're looking for somebody, Gamble and I, we know a lot of people around the world. And if you need some assistance, please drop us a DM either on Instagram or something in Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube. I don't know if you knew that we had a YouTube channel, but it's pretty awesome as well. as well as Gamble. I'm just going to go ahead and shout out and let everybody know that you can find us on all different kind of podcast channels as well. I think we're on 11 different podcast channel platforms right now. So if you enjoy what you're listening to, please check us out on podcast. Just search The Digital Ramble. And you can also find me again on digitaldelight.com, and you can find Gamble on customize.uk.com. Gamble, we're almost at the end, and today we have a really cool Gamble Ramble.
Yeah, I'll keep it short because it's probably something I've talked about before, but every week it just seems to be this constant recurring theme. We get contacted via our website or direct messaged, or somebody rings our office, so can you come and have a look at my home? I want to wall mount a TV, or I want to add a security camera, something basic. Okay, so you go there thinking, right, I'm going to go here. It's going to take 15, 20 minutes, prepare a quote, and see what happens with this inquiry. So we go out there, we spend a little bit of time with the client. But as we're walking around this home, my eyes are popping out of my head because they're leading me past all these disaster zones where there's technology. And I'm like, before we get to the camera, before we get to the speaker, the TV, whatever I was there to look at, what is happening over here? Take me over here. What's this area? The previous people we had, they never quite came and finished it. And this other bit, that's a DIY thing that I've been playing with, and I never finished it myself. And of course, I can't hold back. So I have to say, look, forget the TV. This is an issue here. This is your home network. This is in bad state of repair. This is an unsafe installation if it's lighting or heating. And if it's security, you can maybe see some real errors have been made on how secure the security system is. And it just goes to show again the benefits of finding and working with an experienced home technology professional, somebody that's put a lot of investment into their business to train staff, to choose the right products. And by choosing a reliable and trusted home technology professional, you won't have these disaster areas. You won't have this mess in the corner, this nest of wires, or and then this one that we saw last week that really prompted this Gamble Ramble was, I opened up the cupboard where all the network equipment was, and I was just attacked by patch leads and blue flashing lights, and everything was stacked on top of each other, and I couldn't see what was the router, what was the switch, what was the Philips Hue hub, where was the gateway for the lighting system. It was just molded together almost, all this tech. So please, I'm going to emphasize it every month probably, find your local home tech pro, reach out to them, invite them round for a coffee, and just start engaging with this professional in your local area who can help you with your technology.
Oh yeah, man. Behind the scenes, there's so many things that are invisible that can go wrong. I mean, obviously, a tangled mess of wire is one, example, but just the ones and zeros and getting all those to communicate and line up in your home which is behind the scenes. And if you don't know what really is happening, it'll never work, regardless of how nice those wires are managed. And if things are, it's more in depth than just the visual, but definitely that network. We talk about it all the time. So yeah, that is today's Gamble Ramble about the Tech Pro Schmo. I love it, man. That's a good one. We're gonna have to hit that one again for sure.
So where are we at next week?
Oh man, next week we're going to continue on our smart spaces conversation, and we're headed to the bathroom. We're going to get in there. We're going to talk about tech that can help your bath experience be even more enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because we've done some really wow bathrooms in the past, and we'll draw on some experiences of some of the tech that we've put into bathrooms. So I'm looking forward to that one, JJ.
All right, Gamble. Well, I think you're getting back on the road. You're heading there into London. I've really enjoyed what you got going on back there from the outskirts of London.
Yeah, I'm in East London, and I've got to go right through the middle. I've got to go to Chelsea in West London now for an evening appointment. Commitment to the customer there.
Hey, after I get off this show, I'm going to be hustling the smart tech hustle as well, man. So have a great day. Have a safe drive. And friends, until next time, y'all have a great week. Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all set-up services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.